All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, Gervonta Davis's team speaks out about a rematch with Ryan Garcia, and their answer is very interesting. And also, there is still obviously a big outcry about what happened with Ryan Garcia. And a lot of people throwing accusations, but very few people coming up, in my opinion, with a appropriate reaction. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to talk about what Gervonta Davis's team in the person of Kenny Ellis had to say about Gervonta Davis and whether or not Gervonta Davis would be willing to give Ryan Garcia the rematch that they had talked about previously, now that he has been put under fire for some things that he said that offended a lot of people. And Gervonta's answer is not, or at least Kenny Ellis's answer, is not something necessarily that I agree with, but I understand. But I do want to talk, because, this is a really good opportunity to talk about things like this, about, what the real issue is. And, so many times things happen like this. And I think people really don't have the proper reaction to it, or at least the same understanding that I have at the very least, and what I would like to see take place out of this. But before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really means a big deal to the channel. Thank you guys so much. Ashon Denton. Every time I call you Ashton on a text or a DM, it's because of autocorrect. Don't like black people's names. They want to put the T in there, man. But I hope you're doing well, man. Stay strong, brother. Stay strong. Shout out to Daryl. Shout out to Daryl McKinney as well. And everybody else is going through trials and tribulations. Much love from this channel to you. And thank you guys for continuing to chop it up with me about boxing. But Gervonta Davis's trainer, Kenny Ellis, said no rematch. We don't want to earn money with you. We are not interested in giving you an opportunity to fight Gervonta again and earn money because of what he has said about black people, about how he hates us, and said something about George Floyd that was just completely inappropriate, insensitive, and just like real heinous thing to say, and that's a response from Gervonta's team that I can understand. If you do fight Gervonta Davis, if you do fight Ryan Garcia will make a lot of money in that particular fight. Golden Boy will make a lot of money. There's going to be journalists that make a lot of money. There's not just Ryan Garcia in the suspect category that would be making money off of that particular event. So, them not wanting to let Ryan eat with them, I completely understand, seeing as from that point of view, that's what they're in boxing matches to do. They're in boxing matches to make a lot of money. And, you're doing somebody a favor if you fight them. So according to Kenny Ellis, Gervonta Davis team's like, nah, man, we're not going to even give this guy a chance to get back in the ring with us and earn his money. Again, I can completely understand that sentiment, right? My mindset is pretty much the opposite, though, which is that not necessarily for Gervonta having to give him a rematch, because Gervonta already beat him, right? So, and he stopped him, and it wasn't a close fight. So If he doesn't want to rehash that again, I don't have a problem with him not rehashing that again. The fight wasn't a close fight. However, if it had been a close fight, my mindset would be completely different about it. Like with Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney should rematch Ryan when Ryan inevitably gets cleared. Now, there are going to be people that disagree with me, and I'm going to give you my explanation for why I believe this is. And the root of it is in some things I've said in other videos where, and let me be very clear here. Nothing surprises me that people say about Black people. Nothing. And this is from personal experience, not watching it on TV, not having guesses about what people think, but real life altercations with non-white people and having non-white people in the United States tell me exactly what they thought about Black people. And sometimes people would say it in a way that was aggressive and demeaning. Other times you would hear it when they were being conciliatory or in a moment where they were talking about those Black people, but not necessarily speaking of me. Some people would say, man, you really do represent your people well. The problem with your people is this, that, and the other thing. Or somebody can just look at you and your color of your skin and say something real foul to you. Right. So I've seen it. I know what people think about Black Americans. And this is not just white people. It's Mexicans, Asian people, Indian people, Blacks from the Caribbean, Blacks from Africa. There is a lot of negativity put upon Black people in the diaspora, generally speaking, right? And it's pretty much everywhere as it applies to the United States, which is my personal experience. It is nothing to be surprised that is what people think. And because, hey, man, it's in the media all the time. It's been around for centuries, 6-7 centuries of it. And it's ingrained in people's head to think that Black people are no good or less than other people. And that people have the right to sit up on their pedestal, look down on us and judge us, whether they say it in a nasty, mean way or whether they just say it, hey, well, if you guys just did this a little bit different, you guys wouldn't be in that situation, as if we're some monolithic group there with no differences between us. Now, I will say, though, that there is an issue for me, another issue, which is what do we do about it? And what do I mean by that? Like, what do we do about it as if you are an American Black person? What do you do about it in your life? Seeing as that's the situation. I say don't treat this situation like Ryan Garcia like it's anything other than the norm. The only thing unnormal about it is that he said it. And that's not even really that unnormal. If you listen to what a lot of the people specifically coming out of Golden Boy have said over time, that's what they've said. And they may have not been as explicit. Sometimes they've been every bit as explicit. If you speak to people on Twitter and you listen to what people say with Twitter when they can hide behind those icons or the fake names, the pseudo names, they say the same thing to you. This is normal thing. This is a normal way that people believe. There's nothing exceptional about what Ryan said or what Ryan believes. Absolutely nothing. And as we walk through our lives every day thinking that that's exceptional, we don't understand that is normal. It may be foul, but it's only foul to say it. It's not foul to think it, because that's what a lot of these people think. So what do you do about it? Do you say, well, okay, well, we're going to punish the people that say it, and we're never going to work with the people that say it, and we're just going to act like as long as we shut them down that the problem doesn't exist? Not really. You got to beat them at the game. That's what I say. Beat them at the game. If Ryan Garcia gets his license back, Devin, fight him. Devin, take it out on him, beat him, show him exactly what we're about. Because that's what you have to do in the real world. Everybody else has to do in the real world. You got that boss. You got to figure out how to work around that. You got that teacher acting a fool. You got to find a way to work around that. And what's the best way to work around it? Being constructive in everything you do, you say, and you think. If you listen to a lot of the retorts that come at Black people about this Ryan Garcia, they'll say, hey, well, why is it okay for you to say it about this person, but Ryan can't say it? That's a very hard question to overcome, right? You can say in a very real way, look, well, ours is related to some real, very real things that are make life unsafe for us in this country. When people have that mentality and people say that stuff freely, we have to take that stuff very seriously, because there was thousands and thousands and thousands of people that were lynched in the United States. We really have to pay attention to this. However, what are you going to do on a day-to-day basis? I say be constructive in everything you do, you say, and you think. And you have to perform like our grandparents told us and our great-grandparents told us. We have to be better than the other person, and because that is a job to overcome that century-old label that has been put upon us that is so entrenched that people think it's just normal. And they just believe that, yeah, that's the way it is. But you can't say it because, hey, man, the social media police or the whatever literal police maybe will come and get me for saying it. So you just have a situation where people just ain't saying it. But that is absolutely what they're thinking, and nothing is going to move forward unless somehow the actual thought process changes. So we can choose not to do anything about it and say, hey, okay, well, we're just going to go on about our lives and understand that's what people think about us. And I'm going to make sure that my life, I achieve the things that I need to achieve in my life, and I take care of the business that I need to take care of. And I'm going to set and make sure that my life is all right. And that applies for any job, including boxing, which means you got to get out there and people are going to have to fight Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is going to have a backing. They don't think that there's not a lot of people to support him, and that he'll screw around and get out of this suspension and everything will get cleared and he'll go back to business as usual. Whoop the man in the ring and show that you're the better fighter. Show that you're the better person. And it's not going to work with just, the same old thing, because the problem's still going to be there. And only a Band-Aid is available. And the Band-Aid is the Band-Aid is the canceling and the banishment or the censorship of the people that are telling you what a whole lot of people believe. And I'm 100% okay with zipping his lip, banning him, and doing all that. But not that just alone. Got to back it up. You got to whoop that boy. Devin's got to get back in the ring and whoop that boy. Or somebody else got to do it and let him know when he's laying on the canvas. Hey, man, you can say whatever you want to say, but you're not better at me. I am better than you at the thing that you do best. And the thing that Ryan Garcia does best is fight. It's not blabber his mouth out there on Twitter saying any old ridiculous amounts of things. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. And I'm going to stand on that. Again, I challenge any of you buffoons out there to come debate me about this particular topic. Anytime on my channel. I'm not going searching out for you. But come on here, man, because there's a lot of y'all talking real loose. Real loose. Like you the president of black people. And only you know what people should do and what people shouldn't do. As if we've not been mired in this situation for 500-600 years. And no person, no matter how intelligent, hardworking, inspirational, motivational, enlightening they have been. And we've had lots of black men and women, young men and young women that have been all of those things. But nobody has figured out how to get us past this particular problem. So running around calling people coons and toms because they don't think about the same problem the way that you do is nothing other than tying a way to tie our hands behind our backs and ensure that the same thing that has not worked for us for hundreds of years will continue to happen. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Ain't a lot of boxing going on until after this Shakur Stevenson, Harchunian fight and all that stuff going on tonight. So I thought I would chop it up on the social stuff. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.